So yeah, we're gonna be down there at Canifest because that's when that is too. Same weekend. Easter weekend is Canifest, so we'll be down there at our KC's vendors market because there's gonna be plenty of people out there selling it. And we gonna have to get some networking in this time around again, as usual. You know how we do. We gonna get out there and get some content.
Four Hudson Valley farms prepared to make history.
They're ecstatic, excited as well. You see this turnout, their product moving.
Jay Peterson is with Legacy Distillery of Albany, founded by people who suffered under previous prohibitions on cannabis. The state requires licensed at pop-ups to handle all sales, stuff to smoke, to eat, to drink. This really represented a boy have times changed kind of moment. The growers showcase took place right outside the old village of New Paltz Court, where many people over the years were sentenced for simple possession.
So having a farmer's market of this kind is pretty unique, but it's also really cool. Having a place where people can come together and share their flower and share their love for the plant, I think it's absolutely fantastic. But what's even better is that some of these lawmakers are taking steps to understand and acknowledge that a lot of these home growers and a lot of these commercial growers are sitting on product. They have so much product that they're simply not able to get rid of because of the lack of legal outlets in which they can be sold. So let's have a look at how these farmers markets are actually helping growers like you and me.
New York's Office of Management wants to allow sales of products at farmers markets and festivals. It's a stopgap measure intended to help licensed growers who are struggling to make ends meet. CBS 2's Tony Aiello spent the day at a farm in Ulster County.
You know they're gonna have to let that fly because they need money to pay taxes. You did, you better let me go get the money to pay my taxes. I don't mind paying taxes, goddammit. As long as you let me go make the money.
On the banks of the Hudson in Ulster County, at a farm established 105 years ago.
We have finished product that's ready for distribution.
Much of last year's is in storage. Farmers worry it will eventually be too old to sell. While in the greenhouse, seedlings will be ready for planting in July. A financial risk when they haven't sold what they've already produced.
Everyone is anxious. Why wouldn't be anxious planting something and the market capacity is not there and a huge scale so you can capitalize?
So New York has found themselves in a situation where they have more suppliers of the herb than they do actual places to sell the herb. And that's a real problem. Now let's have a look at what some of these farmers have to say and exactly why the legal system is causing so much pain for them.
Last several meetings of New York's regulatory board have featured cultivators calling for help.
Farmers are facing bankruptcy.
We've come to the point where we are all considering that this is an emergency.
Without a widespread legal retail market, there are only 12 stores statewide right now. The cannabis they grew last year has been an unreturned investment.
12 licensed stores.
Because of the fact that the retail landscape has not been nearly as robust as it was really set out to be.
Brittany Carbone and the Cannabis Association of New York, or CANNY, have been advocating for a new place to sell. And during one of their recent meetings, the policy director for the Office of Cannabis Management shared
what we're calling the New York Growers Showcase.
Or in other words, a farmer's market. It's where cultivators and licensed retailers could partner up and sell product while more folks like Aaron Van Camp can get open.
OCM says they want to roll out within a month, so even we should be here, but for people, the other retailers, it'll help them get some cash flow going, and it's going to put money in the farmers' pockets who really need it.
Van Camp is finishing his build out of what could be the first legally licensed dispensary in Western New York to open at 501 Main Street in Buffalo.
It's looking very close. We've got a small build out coming with a counter and some cabinets getting put in the location here.
So y'all, imagine this. A place like New York, which has a population of 8.25 million people. That's more than Los Angeles at 3.8 and Chicago at 2.6. As of the end of 2023, there are only 12 open and licensed stores. How does that work out? So clearly you guys can see how easy it is for growers in that situation to end up with so much product that they're not able to sell any of it simply because there's no legal outlet for them to do so. And personally, I think that that's why some of these bills which are being signed into law to expand the farmers market programs are really important. Give those people a way to get their products out to people, but also get some money back for their hard work. Now, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what caused this situation to pop up in the first place? And it seems that here in New York, because of the overregulation and the difficulty that people face to get licenses, that's what's caused this problem to arise.
The new rules are a bid to help farmers stuck with a surplus of unsold. Because we're desperate. We're paying taxes